So I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown of how this works. I've got my G-hook. My G-hook is my favorite. I am not a professional when it comes to YouTube tutorials, so I apologize if this is wonky or weird. I also started out knitting, not crocheting, so my technique is kind of wonky, so just ignore that. So basically you're going to be working in repeats of 7 and 5. So I'm going to start by chaining 20. Okay. And then I'm going to double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, and that first initial 2 is going to count as a stitch, so make sure you don't skip that in the next rows. And my yarn is already trying to tangle. Thank you. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then you're going to chain 5. And then you're going to skip 5 on your base chain. I'm not doing the whole double crochet border right now because I'm just trying to help you guys with the pattern. So we're just going to work on the pattern part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So double crochet in your 6th stitch there. Alright, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You skipped 5 stitches, you chained 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm going to fasten that off there, grab my next color. I'm just going to take my 2 beginning stitches here and just do a standing double crochet because I find that a little bit easier. You're going to do your 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to chain 5. And you're going to single crochet into the middle stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Chain 5 again. Now obviously you're going to want to fasten off at the ends of your rows and things like that and weave in your tails, but I have other plans for this yarn, so I don't really want to cut it. So I'm just going to leave it here. Pick up my blue. I already chained one on that, so I'm going to chain a second one. Connect it to the purple here in the first stitch. This pattern is actually highly adaptable. You can change it up and do sections of 3, 4, 8, 7, however big you want this part. You can do like just tiny little rows between these or however you want to do it. Like it's really, really adaptable. You can just go wild with making edits to this pattern. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to chain 5 again. Okay, but on your first color, you're not going to connect it. It's going to stay like this. So you're just going to go across and do your double crochets. On the other side. I absolutely cannot see what's happening on my camera right now because it's so high up, so I'm really hoping I am in frame for all this video. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that there because like I said, I don't want to cut my yarn. I'm going to pick this up back over here. Do another 7. I'm trying to crochet as slow as possible so you guys can see what's going on here. I hate those videos where they're like, here, I'm going to give you a tutorial, and then they go 90 miles a second, and it's like, I have no idea what you just did, and I have to rewind it 45 times. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And chain 5 again. And you want to make sure that your blue lines are ending up on the same side of your work. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to single crochet around that blue one from the first little loop section we had, and then chain 5 again. And if you crochet looser or tighter, you can edit how many chains you do. You can add more, you can take away. It just all really depends on you. Like I said, this is a very highly adaptable pattern. Alright, so we got our 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then this would be the back. And the front. And obviously my edges are a little wonky because I'm not cutting my yarn. I'm making a very pretty rainbow rug with this yarn, and I don't want to have to go buy more. So I'm going to pick my blue back up over here. Do another 7 double crochet. And again, this is your base color, so you're not gonna connect it. So you're just gonna chain the 5, move over here, and continue with your double crochet. I'm gonna do one more row of purple so you guys have a good example of what you're doing. I don't know why this yarn is not cooperating with me today. It knows it's meant for the rainbow thing and it doesn't want to. It's like, no, don't use me for this. I don't want to. Right. And drop my blue there. Pick my purple back up. Obviously, again, you don't want to do what I'm doing on the ends or you're going to end up with some wonky ends. I couldn't find any other yarn that I had that I was willing to sacrifice to do this tutorial because I have plans for all my yarn. You're going to do your 7 again. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to chain 5. Find your next blue loop down. Make sure you're doing the same way where the blues stay in the back. Single crochet around it. Chain 5 again. Please cooperate, yarn. And go back on the other side and do your 7 again. You can also use half double crochet. You can do, like, I wouldn't recommend doing single crochet because you're going to have difficulty getting the lines to lay flat if you do a stitch that small. But you could go all the way up to a treble crochet, although it would make this area a lot more holy. So I wouldn't recommend it for like clothing purposes. Unless you want to wear stuff like that. I just don't like my clothes to be holy when they're crocheted. I like them to provide more coverage, but to each their own. I made this into a sweater a while back. And it looks really good. It was a very nice sweater. Alright, so there's a few rows. Ignore my wonky edges, obviously. So just make sure that you are not connecting your second rows. Your first, second, or your first, third, and fifth rows don't need to be connected. And just keep on with that pattern, and that's what the back looks like. But it's actually pretty simple. It just looks more complicated than it really is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll have my phone on me all day, so I'll be available to answer any questions on it. And yeah, that's how you do that. Thanks.